Hey there, the Sag here. And oh boy, this could be a long video, but I threw away about 100 gigabytes of recordings as well as about 4 out of 6 pages of notes. Up next we got Glory of the Days Past, the Barbarian or Stronghold campaign. We play as Warriak, who is being led by his foster father named Tarnum. Warriak is the narrator and hero of the story. We start by learning a bit of past events like the Reckoning and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna go into details. Of course, we don't have access to town yet. There is one nearby, but we gotta do a quest for it. And while doing the quest, we have a revelation. Why not unite all the barbarians under one king? Us. Well, why not after all? Let's do that. There is a bunch of lore dumps through the campaign, but the main take is that centaurs are no longer with nature and joined barbarians because they align better with their views. That being said, nature is close friend to barbarians, but uses magic, which both barbarians and centaurs don't really like. To get our first town, we need to source an artifact that's been stolen by pirates. Quest done, and we unlocked our first town. That was quick. I left a bunch of treasure on sea behind because AI is rushing me and it's easier to fight in town rather than on open field. One big battle later, and we destroyed first blue army. There will be bigger ones stashed somewhere though. I can get second town by killing some medusas, but of course I get pretty bad RNG and suffer quite decent losses. Ironically, I went to take the resources on the sea and could not resist treasure fights with griffons and water elementals. Both really tough creatures. So it's time to take advantage of that and get some artifacts as well as the town back. The fight costed me a lot of units, but we got rid of strong AI hero and we gained some artifacts. To unlock the last neutral town, we are tasked with killing behemoths. We can do that, but if we do, AI is gonna take every other town we own. So we are going to do that to bait the AI into leaving its capital town, so we can take it for ourselves. So I took AI capital and immediately started hiring thieves with sneaking. This way, I can weaken enemy by stealing all his dens and as well as mines. And I will also have access to his movement because I can see his heroes in the fog of war. Up to this point I could not do that because all the other towns have taverns disabled. Seems like AI didn't learn the lesson and went to fight the griffons and elementals again. I don't care and I am taking the town and with it the victory. I spent ungodly amount of time on the first map of this campaign. Anyway, map 2, starting off we learn that we are already sort of king of small kingdom, and we are teaching barbarians to build, trade and farm. There are some that don't like that and they are en route to our town with ill intentions. Once again, the tavern is disabled and I don't like that. We also learned another piece of lore regarding the Reckoning. It's barbarians who are the reason for it, and good part of tribes didn't learn the lesson and are now in war again with us. Because we prosper and they don't. We are going to stop by a neutral tavern for extra hero and then head to the next town nearby, which we cannot enter because we have to do a quest first. Interestingly, this map is way easier and my hero keeps being level capped. That didn't really happen during Haven campaign, but I was also stacking heroes more into one army, so that could be the reason. I rushed through the map and took last town, but the game continues. Seems to me that AI is camping somewhere. Eventually the game just told me I won. Guess AI got destroyed by some neutral monsters before I could find it. Story tells us that the main warlord escaped just prior to main battle, which happened like an hour ago. Anyway, map 3. Our kingdom prospers and that makes people happy. But our foster father, who led us to this point, got kidnapped by an enemy together with a bunch of other people, who got enslaved and are being worked to death in some camps. We gotta save them all, but first we need to build up some army and towns, as we are starting without anything. Eventually, we learn that our father died as prisoner. So, naturally I take small detour to deal with some sea monsters. Being traumatized by them as a kid, I try to avoid melee as much as possible. We managed to imprison the last bad guy, but he has an accident in prison cell and it's done. There is also some hidden secret with some extra town telling us we are not important enough. I've been too tired to attempt solving it now. Anyway, map 4. This map starts with someone talking about mating spiders and it's time to unite all the clans and earn our vengeance over our father's death. Cool. I have zero clue. There are some rumors regarding body of our father and finally we start the game with towns. At this point it's also easier and faster to go alone with just main hero. I decided to clear a few treasure fights because I like them, because I can revisit them in Heroes 4, unlike in Heroes 3. It gives me more opportunity to earn more gear, treasure and experience, and also it makes the map feel more alive and more fun. Might be just personal preference. Anyway, I cleared majority of this map with just Variak. I had to take massive army for like 2 sieges, and few times I had to abuse the potion of immortality. But it was good fun, I enjoyed this map. Clearing the map, we eventually learned that we killed the guy who murdered our father, but our character doesn't find any satisfaction in it. To our surprise, while later we meet our foster father out of the blue, and he tells us that in fact he is immortal and he is being punished for his sins. Well, he could finally die now as he's redeemed himself by raising the Barbarian king, but he refused to do that. And this was offer from gods or something, and he refused it because his goals are not met yet. Or I have zero clue, he didn't elaborate. Anyway, this is the end of the campaign. The story is really good. I'm oversimplifying it big time. The gameplay is not exactly fire, but I'm extremely tired of Stronghold now. It doesn't help that it never was my favorite faction. But we are done. Stronghold only had 4 maps instead of 5, which I'm happy about. It took me about 4 times longer than the Haven campaign to finish, and well, I think I said everything I wanted. So let's get ready for the next campaign, which is most likely gonna be Order. Bye.